What's up, guys? G-Based Phoenix here. And we back. We just writing some more. I think I wanted to plan a little further ahead with Clad the Lads. Excuse me, chapter here. Uh, so what are we gonna do for Clad the Lad? Clad the Lad, part of a lad gang. Clad the Lad, part of a clan. Clan. Uh, what do we write? How do we write this for Zashi? Clad the Lad, who was a part of I think that's kind of what I wanted his thing to be, but I don't know if I'm gonna keep that. Hmm. 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 I'm not entirely sure. Did I write down his? I don't think I wrote down his origin anywhere. Hmm. Feats goals, various myth creature counterparts as born and changes. Seer Receiver's personalities, places in Haven City, Mortal Kombat. Oh, it's the kind of like a goal of mine to have one of my characters be a guest character in a Mortal Kombat game at some point. Be really cool. I feel like a lot of them are very viable. Uh, Quotes, real name rivals, decision, similar. Antagonists, arc members by era. Arc members do. Yeah, dang, change around a lot. Tier top tens, Twitch assisted slash created scrapped. Flare outbreak is an arc. Favorites and disturbed delinquents descriptions. That's just for that's this document here. That's like I said before for the artist. I think I'm going to draw Solace today. I have a few poses planned out for them. I'm gonna put in the sketchbook and do like how I do with all of them here. Black Jackal was the most recent drawing I did. There's still tons of people that I have not even outlined, let alone colored. But I can't sit in color for too long because first of all, I use Sharpie, so like the fumes will get to me, and my hand will cramp. So if I sit there, draw ink and color over the course of maximum 3 hours, then that's my hand won't cramp. So I can draw like I'd say I normally draw like three characters back to back at once, but if I draw and then ink, it just takes longer. Um, so we're gonna do I think Solace, probably Zashi, and Zero like this very soon, and I'll be adding them to this document folder here. Um, that's just a little side note. Digest characters in their stories, character template, body count by most killed character. Oh, Axel, this was a scene I can move. This shouldn't even be here. Should go with in there. Anti-heroes, all superpowers, all special items, all killed by antithesis, all alphabetical names, all sketchbooks, all alignments, alien races, metal, alien. Okay, so they're not here. I don't even know why I still have these. Those might not be important. Yeah, I don't think they're. So where did I write that down? Was that in my notes? Malos, anti-captivity, power possible powers with multiple applications. I don't even see Clad's name in that document where I normally put the notes. Well, that's fine. Okay. Who was part of a clan, and he worked under Omnispect and broke free. What other possibilities? One of them. How many are there? There's 6 of them. Exabyte doesn't really have a backstory. Zero, his father used to work. Oh yeah, under one of the people. I feel like one of them should be like connected to a CEO of some sort. Zashi was kind of a loner. So maybe Clad the Lad should be connected to the CEO because Solace is a prisoner. He didn't really have any connections um to respect. Oh man, kind of I don't know. The only thing that's just stayed in my head about Clad is being part of a clan that he no longer wants to be a part of. I'm tilted my space heater over my because my legs are cold, not my face. The heater is hitting my face though. He doesn't care about my feelings. Sirfal is close behind. Well, in the meantime, while we think about what Clad's introduction will be, we can finish this chapter. Gosh, I remember we only wrote 3 pages in an hour, and that did not feel great. Like I felt like we had been doing so much more than what we did. Watch 2 Galactic Guards place the junk man into the back of their space cruiser and drive off. The man that was trapped in the crusher by the junk man thanks Zero before cautiously exiting the junkyard. Zero follows close behind. Make sure the man gets out there safely. Let's go back up to chapter 2. God, it's driving me crazy. Like, what other origin story can I give Clad? Like, he's kind of like a brute type character, so I don't want him to. Maybe he should be affiliated with somebody, one of the CEOs, or Omnispec. Omnispec doesn't really have a family though. Hmm. I feel like if I made Clad one of the CEOs, I feel like Solace would be connected to a CEO before anybody. Oddly enough, even though he's like a prisoner. Maybe. I'm not sure. Like maybe Kokida is his mother or something. Um, so let's continue with this while I simultaneously think about what we're gonna do with Solace, Clad, and Grace. Gets out of there safely. So we're gonna break here. Um, expect to change to the tops. Go through a bunch of checkpoints to an underground layer. Okay. Sil looks over to Amar solemnly nods. Uh, and when he does, why do I keep doing that? She turns a corner onto an empty block. Why do I keep messing up the order of my letters? That's bothering me right now. Turns a corner onto an empty block. Um, hmm, turns a corner onto an empty block. Um, I say mostly empty block. Um, the end of the block is a blockade of several hover cars. No. Block is a parking lot with several varying hover cars. um, so weaves the vehicle through the lot and reaches a checkpoint where a guard at their station looks at Syl and nods the same way that Amar nodded at her. The car always passes around this time. I always hear it. Same way that Amar nodded at her. The gate stopping her vehicle lifts and she drives through. The road takes them underneath, takes them into another parking lot. Underneath one of the many skyscrapers, cloud scrapers. She passes through one more checkpoint. Let me change the title again. Maybe it's the title. I don't know. One more checkpoint for getting out with Amar and taking Clutter. The Junkman out the back seat. They go through an X-ray device, much like metal detector. Um, detector. For Syl and Clutter. And Amar. Hang on. Sorry, my brother just texted something. Eric. Hang on. I'm gonna mute my phone though. First Field, then Cutter, then Lastimar. The guard leading the detection inspection. Guard leading detection inspection nods at them and still and more push Cutter through. Push Cutter through. They enter a chain of hallways, each filled with vastly different looking aliens until they reach the end of one of the hallways, and they reach from the end of the hallways. The guard standing in front of the final door opens it for them, and the three walk inside. Still involuntarily gasp at the sight of whom they've come before. Gasp at the sight of not whom they've come before, but what that person was doing. Omnispec sat at his desk, merely making conversation with his two closest, I guess, bodyguards. Mens and Morton. So tried to think of what something so well tried to think of why such an ordinary thing to do make her gasp. She couldn't think of a valid reason. It's possible it was because she couldn't, let's say, settle on a valid reason. It's possible it was because of the reputation Unexpect had earned through years of, I guess, years of controlling Disturb. Maybe she thought so highly of him that it that she forgot he wasn't a god of any sort. While she paused to think, Amar took the lead, starting by clearing his throat. Mr. Vid, let's have him call Mr. Omnispec. The Phil's partner, uh, not whispered, not grumbled, because grumbled implies aggression or anger of some sort. Phil's partner, not whispered either. Uh, Choked out. Boss stopped his conversation with his guards, and all three looked in his direction, in Amar's direction, causing his heart, causing the Galactic Guard's heart to jump. We have clutter here for you. Unrespect. Cox. No, it should be choke. I keep forgetting to write. I'm trying to write in present tense. Chokes out. I completely. While she pauses. That's where I started messing up. Takes the lead. Checks out the boss. Stops. God, I can't believe I didn't catch myself. Stops his conversation with his guards, and all three look in the Mars direction, causing the Galactic Guard's heart to jump. We have clutter here for you. Cocks his head to the side. At the guard. Then darts his eyes. Let's describe his eyes here. What out of his tons of vision powers, which sight should he be looking in right now? Let's see. Telekinetic vision, no. Scanner vision, plasma vision, microscopic. Ultraviolet vision, that'd be cool. But he doesn't need it right now. Infrared shows heat, right? I think infrared shows heat signatures. I kind of want to do that. Does he not have thermal vision? Thermal vision would be cool. Add that. TH will be here. I don't know if that's the same as any of the other ones we have up here, but darts is. What are the colors for thermal? Red, orange, yellow, and blue and green. So let's say red, orange, and yellow right now, and then he has blue sclera probably. Vision eyes at the junk man. Omnispecs. Thermal vision causes his eyes to his sclera to turn blue, and the inside and the iris and pupils to turn red, yellow, and slightly orange. What still found more terrifying was the fact that she could not tell whether um, whether Omnispec was reading them or simply looking at them, or his eyes could never never be, never see in normal vision. Okay, so that gives you insight to his powers, the reader insight to his powers a little more. Spec stands from desk, walks over as Ben and Morton stay back, eager to watch the show unfold. Clutter. Remember you. The boss says, junk man. Seems you have failed me for the second time now. By this point, you should know what that means. Should know what that means. Okay. Please give me the chance. There was this kid there that stops me from the fact that you let a kid stop you from doing what I asked of you. Makes you that much more a failure in my eyes. Respect says changing his thermal vision from reading heat signatures to heat vision, ready to give heat signatures. Um, of a failure, that's what that should be. Ready to give heat signatures. I don't mean to interrupt, Mr. Respect, but if you're, if you have, if we're, if we've done what you needed at this moment, Phil and I are going to take our leave. Amar, no, just add that there, so you know who's talking before it's interrupted. Phil and I are going to take our leave. No, you won't. I let you leave the first time, but I want you to see what happens when you fail. After you've been given an order. Respect tells Amar. Let it should be let you leave the first time. Given an order. Whoops. Omnispec tells Amar. He then how should he do this? He should grab Clutter by his throat, bring him down so he's like facing the ground or something. So he goes that and then burns the second mark into the back of Clutter's neck, I think. Never described what Clutter looked like, but it ow god. It didn't seem that important, so I think it's cool for right now. We'll probably add it in later. Plus, I'm pretty sure you can always edit in Wattpad your story. So, um, since Carter's also in the second chapter, like I'm gonna on my off time, or I guess off screen, I'm gonna make sure that everything is good with the first chapter before I upload it. Still need to contact my artist. That's my fault. Um, so he can have the cover done, so I can upload this weekly. Because I feel like we'll have at least one chapter done a week if we keep streaming every night. Um, so yeah, that'll be good. Respect to Zamar. He then grips, uh, grips Clutter's throat, causing the young man to choke as Omnispec leans him forward so his face is close to the ground, to the, let's say, the carpeted floor. Omnispec, being the criminal crime lord that I keep saying criminal lord, the crime lord that he is, likes to live a little lavishly, because why not? We don't know his origin yet, because I don't know his origin yet. But with a guy like this, he probably has, first of all, he has a lot of offices. So this is not his only hideout. This is just one hideout that he's told these cops, these particular cops, to come to. But yeah, he why wouldn't his office have carpet? It'd probably be red too. I don't know his color. I don't think I gave him a color scheme yet. No, it was black and white. It's probably be black and white. Ever seen black and white carpet? I don't know. My carpet is like brown. Brown? Like really dark red. It's brown. Never noticed that. Okay. Close to the carpeted floor, um, his eyes sizzle and pop before releasing a concentrated beam to the back of Clutter's neck. The heat from the beams, this is like concentrated like plasma. The heat from the beams causes Clutter to scream, but Omnispect, I want to say Omnicide, uh, grips Clutter's throat tighter, so he's unable to. Oh, thanks, Google. It's the wrong apostrophe. I don't know what that apostrophe is, but okay. But he's unable to. Phil and Amar forced to watch in horror as Junkman is branded for the second time. Mend watches with relaxed comfort. Morphton watches with a bit too much eagerness. Bit too much eagerness. Um, In reality, the branding only lasted a few seconds, but still it felt as if hours were ticking by during hours were ticking by. Let's just say that. Um, hmm, Omnispect bring moves Clutter's neck back to an upright position and stares the man in his eyes. Heat vision still on the brink of bursting. The boss smiles as he senses the fear in Cutter's widened eyes. Um, Junkman, believing Omnispec might kill him right there on the spot. To junk, to the Junkman's luck, not Clutter, Omnispec vision, not retracts, just goes back to thermal as he steps back and admires the fear of him in the room. I guess that fear is just in fear is in mainly just the two cops and Clutter himself, but admires the fear in the room. Hmm. Hmm. How many pages have we written so far? Two. No, three. We only write 3 pages an hour. That's God. Suspect and Mars the fear room. Okay. Mend, I haven't given a specific ability yet, but gotta think of something creative for her. Like I like the name Mend. Probably gonna be someone taking things apart or putting them together. Where we go from here? Only come face to face with Omnispec. Omnispec intimidates the guards trying to leave, but gets stop them, leaving forced to watch. Omnispec burns a second strike into the back of Pillar's neck. Explains what the strike stands for every time. Means that 3 strikes means they have been marked for death. Okay. Okay, I got this. Unexpect looks to Phil. You haven't been marked yet. Have you? The boss asks guard. Still shakes her head slightly. Sit up. I think I keep doing this. That might be what's messing my neck up. Shakes her head slightly. What your partner here has. No, let's say, were you aware of what strikes mean when you decided to become corrupt? Syl shakes her head again. Well, I'll have your partner here explain it. Expect tells her while gesturing to Mar. I have marked you, haven't I? Or not? You, you have, sir. Okay. Now, go ahead. Tell your partner. Mar turns to Syl. Wait, did I explain it in dialogue already? Kinda, a little bit. The marks mean strikes, marks mean that you have failed in an order given to you by Mr. Unexpected. Didn't I just say this? That means the fact that much more failure in my eyes. He kind of doesn't need to explain it again. Nope, that's should be over there. Didn't you kind of just explain it? And interrupts. Expect flicks a hand up at her. Then gestures for Amar to continue. Or to begin, because he didn't say it. Okay, I kind of want the chapter to end there. Still don't know what I'm doing with Clad yet. I might have to sleep on it. Um, senses the fear. Okay, I think I want the chapter to end there. Then we'll have Three Strikes Marks You for Death in chapter 3. Man, no one there. Out of here. Hell. Okay, let's plan ahead a little more. I don't want to continue chapter 3 until we've done at least through chapter 5, I want to say. Chapter 5, chapter 6, around there. Hell, maybe we'll get up to chapter 7. Can move this over now because I think we're done writing the actual book for today. Oh god, my hair. On the Assassin Clan. I don't like the idea of a clan of brutes. What else does this city have to offer, this planet? What other... Because I don't want to skip on chapters because there might be something I add in a chapter that might be later. An outline? It is. Welcome to the stream. It is an outline. I'm just planning. So we're up to chapter 3 now, and I already have chapter 3 done, but I want to plan ahead a little further. So I'm trying to figure out what Clad's origin should be, the fourth member. What do I have on him? Let's check that first, I guess. Oh man, Galactic Guard. Okay. Over the Galactic Guard members. And Morphton, CEO villain. Underground villain. Exabyte. Superwoman. Comes from, oh, I did say that. Comes from a family of Spacians like him that normally, no, they're not Spacians anymore, they're Stellars. No, I didn't write it. Think of it and then not write it down. Serve as guards from underground villains because they are seen as brutes. Wanted to be at the top where the CEOs are, making his goal a selfish one and changes over time. Oh, I kind of like he has a selfish goal in mind at first, but he wants to rise to the... What am I doing with my hand in the camera? So I pick up my hair when I'm either thinking or stressed or both. Okay, I actually, reading it back, I actually kind of like that. Because I wasn't aware that I had a goal in mind for him. So I think it kind of makes sense. What am I blue? This light isn't blue. It's like white. Um, so we're gonna keep it the way it is right now. Okay. Introduction to Cloud Ladder is part of a family of stellars like him that normally serve as guards for the underground villain for normally serve as guards for, let's just say, Omnispec, because they are seen as brutes. He wanted to be... I can just copy this, can't I? It's the same font. At the top where the CEOs are making his goal a selfish one, but it changes over time as he warmed up. Shirazashi, uh, Exabyte, just warmed up to the delinquents, all of them. Okay, I wanted to add something for Mend and Morphton. Well, really just Mend for right now. I was gonna add it for Morphton, but I want him to be a little more like, I guess, not evil in a sense. Well, kind of that, I guess. So on respect, she was aware there are other underground villain crime lords that still all work under Omnispec. But that's another thing I gotta get into in these early chapters. That there are other, like, yes, he controls the CEOs, but there are also other underground villains that kind of have their own thing going on, but they pay Omnispec protection essentially. Um, so underground villain crimes still work under Omnispec, and she knows she could have gone this route, but after observing how the boss treats the other bosses, she knew it would be better to be close to him rather uh, better to be as close to him as possible. She has a little good in her, but because Omnispec is such a threat, and because he ruled the planet she was born on, she saw no other choice. So I'm gonna make her alignment neutral evil, but neutral evil can always become good in the end, possibly good. But yeah, this is a bit more character to her. So she's gonna be stellar. Real name Men Stellar. Right? Oh, I thought that was an H. Powers, not weapons, none. Powers. Uh, she should have a weapon. Let's leave that blank for now. Let's make this bio. Okay. Formed up to delinquents. Zero and Zashi are. What should they be doing first? Actually, shoot, we gotta end it. We'll figure that out next time. That's gonna be it from your boy today, guys. Make sure you pick up a copy of the Set It Awakening. It's out now on Amazon. Kindle Unlimited. It's free. But Kindle Digital otherwise is 10. Paperback is 20, which is cheaper than most paperbacks, mind you. Make sure if you enjoy it to give it a review. Good review. But yeah, this story has not much to do with the book I just mentioned. But we'll continue some more tomorrow. We're just trucking along with the story as much as we can get out. I'm also looking at literary agents that might help me with the Descended story. Like I said, this one will remain free. But yeah, we're gonna get out of here. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And button, the button hasn't been slacking lately. Button's been ready. All right, we're gonna end it. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. This is JB Phoenix signing off, guys.